How's it going? You want to do What's Your Story with us this week?
We haven't always had the best of luck in Kaplan. But after a few different tries,
people are just too intimidated. They're too scared to approach me, you know? Do angry stares count as waves or no? Because I've got like 10 of those. Why don't you just come on down and tell a story?
we finally found our story.
What if we set it up for tomorrow?
What kind of stories?
Any story you want to tell.
And this is how we met Rayetta Broussard,
I was born, raised, and I'm going to die here.
Okay.
whose story can be traced back through generations.
This is my grandfather, Joe, and the rest are brothers or brother-in-laws, and they were loading the cattle up in Abbeville on the rail to send to New Orleans. I want to say the date was like 1902.
Thanks largely in part to her fascination with genealogy and her own family history.
How long have you been interested and fascinated in?
Oh, always.
Yeah.
I always loved reading about other people, biographies. Yeah, I've always been interested in history.
So we wound through tales that go back to the start of Kaplan itself. Stories of cowboys.
When you had to work the cattle, you better have a good excuse if you're not there.
That would go on to become cattle barons.
They all were successful cattlemen and had vast cattle ranches.
And cattle barons that would go on to become both her father and a war hero.
He fought the Battle of the Bulge under Patton. His feet, from what I understand, were frostbitten. You know how they had to walk during the snow. Then they were captured, and they were in these boxcars for 2 weeks.
From stories of war, we moved to stories of love.
Not long after we met, I was going to college. The National Guard, called him up during the Berlin crisis, and he had to serve in Fort Polk for a year.
Everything meticulously documented.
So these are all the letters he wrote me, and since he's passed away, they really mean a lot.
Which gives you the feeling that you're actually living the history itself.
Be sweet and offer one up for me. Love always, Ronnie.
That's sweet.
When I read them now, I say, wow. You know, it just, oh yeah.
A history of the places.
When I moved from the country, this is where we moved. I pretty much grew up here.
And the people that she loves. So now, by sitting on the board of the Kaplan Museum, she can help pass on that history.
Before Kaplan, this little community of Cossenade, which is going towards Crowley, was going to be the town.
And by tracking her own history, she can make sure that it lives on in the future.
Family at that time meant so much, and you really had to help each other to survive. And I want them to be able to pass that information on.
As for our future, we're off to Palmetto. In Kaplan, I'm Daniel Phillips, KATC, TV3.
Stop looking so angry. Okay, that's a little too creepy.